Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Dom and welcome to a brand new video. In this video we are at the final round of the FAA Manufacturers Championship, which is at Barcelona, and we are in the Mercedes-AMG GT3. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the video and I'll see you guys later. So, starting our qualifying lap, we are coming towards the last corner to start our lap. And I was sort of struggling around the last sector a bit in this lap because it was, I don't know, the car just kind of felt like it was sliding a bit too much. However, as we crossed the line, we built a decent gap between both the cars on opposite sides of each other. And we're going to brake around the little blackboard on the left hand side and clip all the apexes nicely into turn 1. And this next right-hander is pretty long. And we end up doing that pretty nicely and get a decent exit to send us to turn 4. Anyways, coming towards turn 4, we brake before the big bridge above, and we have to stay nice and tight for this corner, and we end up getting a clean exit and braking. I don't know, there's no really defining point to brake there. It's kind of just in the middle of turn 4 and 5. But anyways, coming towards turn 6 chicane, we brake just before the red apexing starts on the right hand side, and somebody spins there. But getting a good exit, and then coming to this next straight, we get a good exit off here, and we're going to be in the slipstream of the car ahead, which should give us a good run on the overall lap. Anyways, as we brake on that little white thing that's just to the right. You can sort of see it, and the car ahead goes very deep, which is nice for us because we're not going to have to worry about overtaking him. But anyways, coming to this next long corner, we sort of, I don't know how to define where we're braking there either, but we get a nice exit, and it's important that you hold it pretty tight there. Anyways, clipping that apex nicely, and coming to the last chicane, you can see we kind of just hop over there. I don't know, pretty clean, I guess. But coming around the final corner for an overall pretty decent lap, and we set a lap time of a 147. So overall not too bad, and we'll see where it puts us. So the qualifying lap was good enough for P4. I only really got one good lap because the other two were either ruined by penalties or my shit driving. But as we start the race, we are behind this BMW who we're going to try and make a quick move on into turn 1. And the strategy for this race is very varying. I didn't really have a set one going into this race, and as you'll see, things happen with it. But we're on the inside, and we can try and make him brake deep, but he kind of goes into the BMW head, and I end up shoving him a little wide, but who cares? Coming around this long right-hander, we're going to try gain on this BMW, but we're going to have to defend from the one behind. So he doesn't go for a move, he does nudge us wide a bit. However, it doesn't matter too much, and he's going to be on our inside, which will be our outside for the next turn. Anyways, coming towards turn 5, we're able to defend as we have the inside line. He ends up dropping off a little bit as he kind of is forced to slow down on the exit. But now we're going to try close this small gap into this chicane. We sort of successfully do it, and hopefully we can get a good exit into the next turn to lead us onto the straight, which we do. And basically we're going to try go around the outside into this heavy braking section of the BMW, which we do brake quite a bit later, but I end up running slightly wide, and so does the Nissan ahead, and he gets dived by the other BMW, resulting in me losing another position back down to P5 because the Mercedes is up my inside. Bit of a chaotic corner. Anyways, as we come to the last few corners, everybody's kind of battling, and I'm going to dive the Mercedes a little bit. A little bit of contact, but overall it's fair, and he defends the position. And we're going to lose another position, dropping down to P6 from the Porsche. And yes, your ass does look nice. Anyways, continuing down to turn 1, we are going to look for a move down the inside into P5, regaining P5, and it's going to be a pretty clean move. I think there was a little bit of contact, but not too much to make it unfair. Anyways, now we're going to try catch the pack up ahead and make some moves So skipping ahead, we are right behind this Mercedes, and we're going to try overtake him into the chicane, but he's going to defend, and a bit of chaos is unfolding. BMW dies to the right and to the left, and we're in P3. Magical, absolutely brilliant driving. Anyways, shoving this Mercedes out, I need the slipstream. Going down to turn 1, we are just behind this Nissan, and we're going to go down the inside as we are surprisingly catching up to him in a straight line. Usually that doesn't happen. However, making the move into P1, and we are now the leader of the race. So now I realized I probably need to feel save a bit, and switching it up to lean 3 setting, and we end up setting a purple sector. Anyways, skipping ahead a little bit, we end up getting dived down the inside into this corner. I didn't really realize, so I kind of cut him off a little bit. However, he is on our outside now into this long corner, and we're going to be able to just defend. Also, we are in lean mode setting 5, which makes it a little bit more difficult. However, into the last couple of corners, we're going to have to try and defend him off. However, he's going to have a significant advantage in the straight, as we are in a very low setting, and he's got a rocket ship, so I don't really stand a chance, do I? Anyways, flicking the settings down to 2 and then to 1. I'm going to take the outside line of turn 1 as he cleanly goes past, no braking needed, and I'm going to try hold on to the back of him while the guy behind me tries to make a move, I guess. Anyways, heading to turn 4, we're going to get a much better run through here, which means we're going to have to give him a little nudge of confidence to send him to turn 4. Braking, I make a bit of a mistake and go quite wide. I think I tapped him, but his car didn't seem to get unsettled, so I think it was just a bit of lag. However, dropping all the way back to P5. We're going to have to defend through turn 5 a little bit, so to make sure he doesn't overtake me. But in P5, we're going to have to try claw back to the P1 we were in. With this GTR behind us, it's going to be a bit difficult since he's probably going to overtake us into the long braking zone, but I think we should be able to hold him off if we defend, I guess. Anyways, going onto the straight, we run a tiny bit wide and quickly gravel, which gives him a better run into the braking zone. So we're going to have to kiss P5 goodbye, and we drop down into P6. I run a little bit wide and kind of mess up my braking, but it didn't cost too much time compared to what we did before. Anyways, skipping towards the end of lap 4, we're going to come into the pits, and we're going to come into the pits for mediums. And we're not going to refill just yet, because we have one more stop to do. Anyways, the pit stop boys do a nice speedy stop, which gets us out nice and quickly. And we're going to exit into P8, because we get overtaken by a Porsche. But not too big of a deal, we're just going to have to keep behind him until the end of the lap. Anyways, skipping towards the end of the lap, 2 people dive into the pits, and we end up getting promoted to P4 because somebody else is in the pits and they exit just before we can get there, I think. However, skipping ahead, we are now on lap 7, and we're behind this GTR. So into turn 4, we're going to try to get a better run, which we do, and we're going to have to again nudge him slightly wide, and we get a big old 1 second penalty for that. So yeah, I guess thanks. Anyways, we're gonna slither up the inside, and the Nissan, I think that is, behind also invites himself up the inside of that other GTR. And now I'm gonna have to make sure those 2 fight while I serve my 1 second penalty in the penalty zone up ahead. Anyways, skipping ahead a small amount, we serve our penalty, get overtaken by the Nissan. This Toyota is going to look for a move around the outside. He kind of squeezes himself in there. Anyways, it's going to be unsuccessful. However, he's going to hold on to be able to attack around the outside of this long right-hander. Anyways, we managed to hold him off, and we're going to have to defend him again into the last few corners of the lap. Skipping to lap 8, we get attacked from this Toyota as he tries to go around the outside, and we manage to defend it. and we get the rear a little bit loose on the exit. However, coming towards the turn 6 chicane, we brake a little bit deep and he's able to shoot it down the inside and get the move done, which demotes us to P4. Skipping to lap 10, we get attacked by this BMW and he ends up just getting it down the inside. I tried to cover it off, but I wasn't far enough to the right, and he ends up getting past us very cleanly, which means we have to forfeit the position. Anyways, skipping to the end of lap 10, we dive into the pits and we're gonna drop from P5 probably. However, we go into the hards and we're gonna be refueling as well we need to. So changing the tires, we're gonna go for about 5 laps of fuel, which should be enough to finish the race, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, exiting the pits, we exit into P6 and no one's around us, so we can just push on these hard tires. So skipping a little bit further into lap 11, we're going to get dived by the Mercedes into turn 6, and we're going to try for a better exit into turn 7, and we're going to have an opportunity to go into the inside through turn 7 onto the straight, and we get a better exit, which should secure us the position. Skipping a little bit later, this Nissan absolutely loses it here, so that's going to give us a free position, promoting us to P5. So I fucked up the strategy. Not really surprised, I guess. However, we're going to need a pit for fuel, and we're going to change to soft tires to speed up our process of hopefully gaining some positions. So refueling to about 2 laps, that should get us past the 2 laps we need to complete. And exiting the pit lane, we're going to exit into P10, and we're going to slot behind pretty much nobody, so that's not a help. However, skipping ahead a little bit, we've ran into this McLaren who runs very wide, and we're going to take a free promotion into P9. Anyway, skipping ahead a little further, we run into this guy in P8, or well, the SLS that dived us into the 6th turn, and he goes for an absolute spin, which is another free position into P8. So, skipping ahead a little bit, we go down the inside of this Toyota, and we don't run wide, surprisingly. However, we're going to end up with him on our inside, well, now our outside of this long corner, and we end up shoving him a little bit wide, and we get a 1-second penalty for, well, our disrespect of his space, I guess. So, we're going to have to somehow build a 1-second gap in between these corners and the final corner, which is going to pretty much be impossible, and we're getting home P8, which is a bit sad, but I mean, not much you can do. So yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, drop a like and subscribe. It's very much so appreciated, and I'll see you guys next time.